Hi everybody. This week we are continuing to ask questions while we read. So you can you can ask questions before you have read the story, during while you read the story, and also after you've read the story. This week I've got a nice little text. It's a really cute text called You're All My Favourites. And it's by Sam McBratney and illustrated by Anita Jaram. We used to read this story to Tom when he was little. Now, I've got a question. Have you got a question? So looking at the front cover, I can see 3 bears, and they all look a bit different. Now, I'm wondering if these 3 bears are all friends. So I'm going to write that down. I wonder, are the 3 bears all friends? Now they look like they're friendly with one another. They're holding hands and they look like they're doing something nice together. So I think I can almost answer that question just by looking at the cover, don't you? Well, let's find out. You're all my favourites. Once upon a time, there was a mother bear, a father bear, and 3 baby bears. They look very comfy there. 1, 2, 3. Already I've got a question about these 3 bears. Have you? A first baby bear, a second baby bear, and a third baby bear. 1, 2, 3. Whoever tucked them in at night always said the same thing to them. You are the most wonderful baby bears in the whole wide world. One night, after their mummy bear had tucked them in, and after she had said, you are the most wonderful bears in the whole wide world, the baby bears began to wonder. That gets me wondering too. Have you got a question? I'm going to write my question down. While I'm getting ready, can you write your question down? So my question is an obvious one, but I wonder what their question will be. Their question I wonder what their question will be. But how do you know, they asked. Now you can see their question was, but how do you know? Sometimes our questions are answered straight away and sometimes they're not. Sometimes when you read a book, you find out the answers to your questions, and sometimes you don't. You're left wondering. But how do you know, they asked their mummy bear. How do you know we are the most wonderful baby bears in the whole world? Look at Mum's face. Because your daddy told me, said their mummy bear. When your daddy saw you on the night that you were born, he said, and I remember it very well, he said, those are the nicest baby bears I have ever seen. They are the nicest baby bears anyone has ever seen. Whew, good answer, Mum. I wonder if they were happy with that answer. That was a good answer. The three baby bears snuggled down as content as could be. Well, they look very comfy, don't they? But one day, the first baby bear began to think. He wondered if the other two bears were better than he was. They had Patches after all, and he did not. Maybe his mummy really, really liked Patches. I wonder if anyone's ever thought like that before. And the second baby bear began to wonder, maybe Daddy loves the other two more than me, she thought. They were boy bears after all, and she was not. We do ask a lot of questions, don't we? Are you asking a question now? If you are, can you write that down in your notebook? And the third baby bear began to worry. I'm only the littlest, he thought. Everybody's bigger than me. Look how easily they can get the berries, but I think this one, I wonder, here's another question. Is the littlest bear getting the branch to help pick the berries? So that night, the three baby bears asked their daddy bear, but which one of us do you like the most? Who is your favourite? We can't all be the best. Yes, you can, said their daddy bear. I know you can because I heard your mummy say so when she saw you. And Daddy Bear picked up their first baby bear to give him a cuddle. She said, that is the most perfect first little bear that anyone has ever seen. Even with no patches? Patches don't matter at all, replied his daddy as he tucked him in. And when your mummy saw you, Daddy Bear, picked up the second baby bear, she said, that is the most perfect second little bear that anyone has ever seen. Even if I'm not a boy, girl or boy, it makes no difference, said her daddy, and he hugged her tight. And when your mummy saw you, Daddy Bear lifted the last baby bear into his arms, she said, this is the most perfect third little bear that anyone has ever seen. Even if I'm the littlest? Bigly or littly, we love you just the same. So there, 3 favourites. You're all my favourites. And the best baby bears in the whole wide world went to sleep as happily as could be, because that was a good answer. that's the end. There's a dedication at the end. And it says, for my favourites, Sam, Daniel and Jack, and Adam and Ella, by S. Wonder who that could be. And also for Joe, Danny and Kitty, AJ. Okay, now we've come to the end of the story. I have another question that I've just written down. And I'm just wondering, did the author write this story for their own children? So I hope you enjoyed the story. Now you've seen what you need to do this week in reading. When you read yourself, you're going to be asking lots and lots of questions. You're going to be asking questions before, during, and after you've read your story.